time now for entertainment news with Shaitan Atigari. Good to have you join us.
Thank you for having me. Before we get straight into the story, I know we usually don't do engagement shout-outs, but I'm such a huge fan of Kemi Adetiba. I'm sure you know, mega director of The Wedding Party 1 and King of Boys and The Making of a King. Well, she got engaged yesterday and she broke the internet. I just wanted to start off entertainment news saying congratulations to her. And I know how you guys are pretty close. When you found the news out, how did that make you feel?
I mean, what's more exciting than planning a wedding?
Yes.
I'm really happy for her. Love is amazing, so let's talk about other stuff.
All right, then. Moving on, let's start with this story. Michael Jackson biopic is officially in the works. The forthcoming film, titled Michael, will be produced by Oscar-winning Bohemian Rhapsody producer Graham King and written by Gladiator screenwriter John Logan. Lionsgates confirmed that the studio will handle the worldwide distribution of the film, and according to the chairperson, Joe Drake, Michael will explore an in-depth portrayal of the complicated man who became the king of pop, and that it will bring to life his most iconic performances as it gives an informed insight into the entertainer's artistic process and personal life. It's also going to touch on the legendary pop star's child sexual abuse allegations. Well, a lot of people, I mean, there's been a lot of back and forth about doing a Michael biopic, and I can confirm to you that this is the one that has been authorized by the Jackson family. There's a lot of hush-hush about the content and the sequence. Even, you know, this information, we had to dig deep a bit to try and understand what we're going to see in the Michael biopic. And I've seen Bohemian Rhapsody, which is about another very, very important personality. The director in itself is very good at telling these stories. So, of course, I'm looking forward to seeing what the biopic about Michael's life is going to be. Timmy, talk about him.
Well, of course, I'm looking forward to seeing the biopic as well. I mean, I loved Michael Jackson, and excuse me, I can remember that I cried, you know, when he died. So it will be interesting, you know, to see the biopic.
What's your favorite song of Michael Jackson, if you had to pick?
Well,
the one that comes to mind.
Songs that I really care about.
Hey, I like that. That's one of my favorites too. All right, then. Let's move on to our next story. American rapper Snoop Dogg has, of course, taken over a popular record label that launched his stellar career. The rapper mogul acquired Death Row Records brand from NRK Music Group, which is controlled by a private equity fund managed by Blackstone. However, the terms of the deal were not disclosed. The 50-year-old said he's excited about acquiring the label's brand, and Snoop Dogg found his springboard to success during the 1990s while on Death Row Records. The label was founded in 1992 by Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, the DOC, and Dick Griffey in the immediate aftermath of the breakup of NWA. The label's records include Dre's first solo album, The Chronic, and Snoop Dogg's debut album, Doggy Style, which are considered classics of the hip-hop genre that defined an era. Imagine almost 25 years after you were signed to a record label, your career has transcended. You've done so much. Now, Death Row Records, rather, is the same record label that was responsible for Tupac. He's been responsible for Dr. Dre as well. So they are huge when you think about hip hop, especially in the 90s era. And of course, it was being directed by, I think, Suge Knight, who of course had a lot of run-ins with the law and was arrested at some point. So this transition now, Snoop Dogg is just someone that anything he touches turns to gold. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with this record label and how he's able to, transition from just being a rapper to being an executive and playing such a significant role in what hip hop is in this era. Tokumbo.
Well, I'm really quite pleased, you know, and happy for him. He's 50 years of age, and this was one of his first record labels that he signed on to. So this is really, it's like a full circle, you know, so I can't say it any better than that. But I'm really, really pleased for him. And it also goes to show, with regards to the entertainment industry, I'm quite happy with people who start in an industry and at the end of the day actually go on to actually own the company that they started with. We're talking of the likes of Oprah, the likes of this guy has become, that has owned a Hollywood studio as well. Madea, what's his name? Tyler Perry. So many of them are doing really, really good and owning their space. So I'm really pleased for Snoop Dogg.
How are any comments?
You're so right. Talking about ownership is so important, and it is a full circle moment. I mean, if you remember back in the day when Suge Knight was running his reign of terror, Snoop Dogg actually had to leave the record label and go to No Limit Records, and he was fearing for his life. It was actually a really big situation in the hip hop world, along with Dr. Dre. And now we know that Suge Knight's in jail.
Snoop Dogg's back on top.
Snoop Dogg's back on top, and he owns, you know, everything. And I'm really happy for him. It's a really good, feel-good moment for the hip-hop industry, and I hope other record labels will return to their rightful owners, or you know, or come back up.
Come back up. I get what you mean. And I've always thought Death Row Records was it was a scary
place. Death Row.
Exactly.
But maybe he can rebrand it.
Or maybe he'll just change the name completely. All right, then let's move on to our last story, which is unfortunately a very sad one. Veteran actor Romanus Amuta, popularly known as Natty in the former soap New Masquerade, is dead. Amuta died on February 9th, 2022 at the age of 79 after a protracted sickness. The first son of the deceased, Chukwuma Amuta, confirmed the death of the veteran Nollywood actor. Now, apart from appearing in the New Masquerade, which aired on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, from the 80s to the mid-90s, he also worked with Daily Times newspapers before venturing into the movie industry. Amuta also acted in some Nollywood movies, including Lionfinger in 2003, Eagle's Bride in 2005, and Ijele in 1999. He is survived by his wife Cordelia and 6 children. Of course, our condolences go out to his family. You know, while getting ready for this particular story, I had to just go and, cause I remember New Masquerade, but not so much, because it was when I was really young, and I went back to watch some of the footage in black and white. And first of all, I was just like, oh, I'm old. And secondly, you know, it just takes you back to when Nollywood was just starting out, and you could tell that they really barely had, you know, a lot to go on, but they were still putting out such amazing content. And Natty was a very popular character in that series. So it's very unfortunate. I mean, he lived a long life, but it's unfortunate to have him have passed away like this. Your thoughts?
Well, definitely he'll be missed, you know, but then at the end of the day, I guess everybody has to die, you know. So, but then his works, you know, will still continue speaking for him, even though he's no longer here with us.
Yes, Tokomo?
Absolutely. New Masquerade, I don't even know where to start. Such a wonderful television program, and to have one of them have lost their lives is really a sad note.
How as we wrap up?
Well, you know, I never really got to watch many of the New Masquerade episodes, but you know, now in the industry we have these companies that are remaking very great old productions, and it would be, I think Play Networks is one of them. It would be really nice to get like a New Masquerade remix or what do they call it?
Like a reinvention.
Remake, yes. That would be really good for the new generation, because every time it's mentioned, it's just talked about the good quality of actors and the storyline. So it'd be good for some of us who didn't get to enjoy that get to enjoy it in this new century.
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea to put out there. But that's all I have for you today on Entertainment News. And of course, I'll see you tomorrow, my favorite day of the week, Friday.
Friday. Well, always good to have you in the studio with us, Shaitan. Thank you for coming in.